Hello children, today I am with a new video on simple, compound and complex sentences. Sentences can be constructed in three ways as simple sentences, compound sentences and complex sentences. First we will discuss simple sentences. A simple sentence is one which has only one subject and a predicate. A simple sentence has only one finite verb. It expresses a single complete thought. It has one independent clause only. Example, an honest man is loved by all. In this sentence, an honest man is the subject and is loved by all is the predicate and the verb is. It's a simple sentence as it has only one subject and one verb. That tree is huge. Here, that tree is the subject. Is huge is the predicate and is the verb. Here also we can see there is only one subject, that tree, and the verb is. So it is a simple sentence. I like apples. I is the subject and like apples is the predicate. The verb is like. Here also you can see I is the subject, only one subject and one verb. So it is a simple sentence. The moon was bright. The moon is the subject. Was bright is the predicate and verb is was. Here also one subject and one verb, so it is a simple sentence. His courage won him honor. His courage is the subject. Won him honor is the predicate and one is the verb here. This one also has one subject and one verb, and so it is called a simple sentence. Compound sentences. A sentence which is made up of two or more independent or main clauses is called a compound sentence. In other words, a compound sentence is made up of two or more coordinate clauses. Each clause can make good sense by itself and can therefore stand alone as a complete sentence. A sentence which consists of two coordinate clauses is called a double sentence, and a sentence which consists of more than two coordinate clauses is called a multiple sentence. We use coordinating conjunctions to make a compound sentence. The main coordinating conjunctions used are and, but, o, so, for, no, etc. Here, and is used to connect similar ideas, but is used to connect opposite ideas, or is used to connect equally important choices, and so is used to connect equally important results or for a continuation of an idea. Example, I am a doctor and my wife is a nurse. I am a doctor has a subject and a predicate of its own. So it is an independent clause. Similarly, my wife is a nurse also has a subject and a predicate of its own. So it's also an independent clause. And these two sentences are joined by the coordinating conjunction and. Thus we get the compound sentence, I am a doctor and my wife is a nurse. Second sentence, she tried to lift the box but it was too heavy. In this sentence, both she tried to lift the box and it was too heavy are independent clauses and are joined by the coordinating conjunction but. Next sentence, Robin is wealthy yet he is not happy. Here, Robin is wealthy and he is not happy. Both are independent clauses. Subject and predicate is there. And it is joined by the coordinating conjunction yet. He didn't have enough cash, so he paid by card. He didn't have enough cash and he paid by card. Both are independent clauses and they are connected with the coordinating conjunction so. You should work harder or you will fail in the examination. Here, you should work harder and you will fail in the examination. Both are independent clauses and are joined by the coordinating conjunction or. Since all these sentences have two or more independent clauses, they are called compound sentences. Complex sentences. A complex sentence is one which consists of one independent or main clause, and one or more dependent or subordinate clauses. Subordinate clauses depend on the main clause for their full meaning. The subordinate clauses often begin with the subordinating conjunctions like although, before, because, even though, while, when, whenever, during, as soon as long as if, since, after, until, unless, wherever, where. In a sentence, if the dependent clause comes first, at the end of the dependent clause, put a comma and then write the independent clause. But if the independent clause comes first, then there's no need to put a comma after the independent clause. You can write the dependent clause directly. Example, we returned when the sun set. This sentence consists of two parts. We returned and when the sun set. As each part has a subject and a predicate of its own and is part of a large sentence, each is a clause. We can say that we returned makes good sense by itself and can stand alone. It is the independent clause or main clause. But the clause when the sun set cannot make good sense by itself. It depends for its full meaning on the clause we returned. So it is called a dependent or subordinate clause. Hence we can call it a complex sentence. Next, let me know if you need any help. Here, let me know is the independent clause and if you need any help is the dependent clause or subordinate clause. Hence, we can call it a complex sentence. I went because I was invited. Here, I went is the independent clause and because I was invited is the dependent clause. So we can call it a complex sentence. He arrived before the performance began. He arrived is the main clause or independent clause and before the performance began is the subordinate clause or dependent clause. So we can call it a complex sentence. If you work hard, you will win the match. If you work hard is the dependent clause and you will win the match is the independent clause. Here, the sentence started with the dependent clause. So after if you work hard, we put a comma and then write the independent clause. Okay, children, do the exercises given.